The media is a powerful way to get your story into the public arena. So it's imperative to understand the many facets of the media and multimedia. You can use conventional platforms like TV or radio news, or print media, newspapers, magazines, brochures, or newsletters. Opinion pieces, or op-eds as they are called, are also effective. And with their massive distribution potential, online applications such as blogs, tweets, video, and social networks like Facebook are excellent ways to get your story noticed. Approaching and selling your story to journalists, understanding the online culture, and knowing how to organize a news conference are all crucial. Now, news releases are not written by journalists, but by organizations or governments who wish to share information with the media. Reporters then base their articles on those news releases. News releases offer specific but brief information about an event or accomplishment. A news release contains a headline, opening paragraph, and just a few detail paragraphs, and it is generally around 500 words or less. A news story is more complex and ideally abides by the who, what, where, when, why, and how principle. And an op-ed is generally under 700 words. Begin with a hook, some fact or detail that will draw the reader in. Follow with an introduction and then the meat of the story, which should start with the most important information. Less important and supporting information should follow. Including pertinent quotes and facts that back up your story are absolutely critical. The best stories for human rights purposes are those that include a call to action. That is, a suggestion that someone should do something to rectify whatever problem is being exposed. It's not enough to just make people aware of the program, but to make suggestions for how to change it. Your online story should be written using punchy, informal language designed to hold the reader's short attention span. Since we know readers use search engines prolifically, it's a good idea to write text that includes easy buzzwords as well. One way to give your text more impact is to include images, video, and audio. The online reader is no longer a passive recipient of news, so provide opportunities to share and comment on your story or drive traffic to your website. Even with a riveting and compelling human rights story, you still need to sell your message. Do you have a contact in a media organization? Which programs are you targeting? When sending your story to a journalist or a news editor, start with a phone call and follow through with an email. Newsrooms are busy and staff are under very, very heavy pressure, so when you call, you have to be very brief and very concise. They want gripping, saleable stories that can be easily grasped. What is the story? Why is it news? And why does it need to be told? Why should people care about your story? How is it topical, unusual, or thought-provoking? Do you have hard facts, reliable evidence, and interviews with real people to support your story? Do you have pictures or video? Can you explain your story in one bold sentence? There are creative ways to gain the attention of media sources. Showing up at decision-making forums where the press will be present anyway and holding a news conference is one way. Timing is absolutely critical. Think about publishing times and bulletin deadlines. Do you want your story to make the evening TV news, for example? Does your event clash with any other big news story, like the opening of Parliament? And make sure you notify journalists a few days before you wish to air your story or stage your event. Journalists use sources from government, military leaders, and international officials, but also campaign groups and grassroots peace actors and independent experts. If your message is coherent and snappy, the media will want to use your work. And with careful preparation and practice, they'll be calling you or your organization for more information.